Hi guys, it's Jess over here. Welcome back to my channel. Christmas time is here and the new year, and we wanted to do something a little bit different from our normal videos. So we are gonna do a few things in this video. I'm gonna take you somewhere really special to my heart. I'm gonna introduce you to someone really special to my heart. And I'm gonna answer some questions that have been coming up in the comments of my videos. So I don't really read my comments too much. I usually read the first ones that come in. So any comments that come later, my friend Becca, who's behind the camera, she reads those and then she tells me the good ones and deletes the not so helpful ones. Anyway, recently someone wrote a comment about basically how much money I have and saying that I have a lot of money, enough for a nanny and other things. And I thought it was interesting. And I want to tell you more about my life, hopefully to encourage you in whatever you're going through, and to just tell you how special God is. It's Christmas time, I'm allowed to talk about it. So you're gonna come with me today, it's gonna be really fun. Hi, Yaya. Hi.
He says it's a chance of a lifetime.
Now you listen to me. I don't want any plastics, and I don't want any ground floors, and I don't want to get married ever to anyone. You understand that? I want to do what I want to do. And you're...
It's 8 years ago-ish. I'm in China with Sean. We're visiting the Calling All Skaters and Beauty Your Eyes team that are out there, and I get so sick. There is stuff coming from every direction. I can't stand. I'm there for a week and I'm sick the entire week. I have to leave China early before Sean so that I can be back to LA to unpack and repack to come to New York City for Fashion Week. That's something I've been doing twice a year, every year. I've been doing it for the last 10+ years. I would come to Fashion Week, work backstage, dress models, and my heart for being there with all my friends was to encourage people who work in fashion and entertainment, right? So I fly back from China, still way too sick to be on an airplane like that. I had 3 or 4 layovers. It was totally crazy. Get to LA, I'm so sick, and I get a text message from the person I'm supposed to be staying with in New York City that says, hey, I planned wrong, and I am now no longer able to house you this week. Hope the week goes well. Something like that. I lost my housing. Problem is, I did not have money for any other kind of housing. Sean and I have been living the way we've been living for the last entirety of our marriage as supported missionaries. So the work that we do was funded by people who saw what we did and believe in it, which meant we lived off of very little money. I didn't have money to get a hotel. I didn't have friends in New York City that I could stay with, and I was still so sick. So here I was supposed to leave for New York City in 24 hours to work Fashion Week, which I could not cancel because I was booked for like 3 to 4 shows every day for 7 days, and I had nowhere to stay. And you know what I did? I fell asleep. Like an hour later, so anxious because I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I post on Facebook the situation. Meanwhile, I'm getting texts from friends who are praying for me. One was like, I think this week God wants to show you that you are a princess. And meanwhile, I smell like throw up. I'm like, oh, that would be nice. The other one said that she was praying for me, and the song from Aladdin, that I can show you the world shining, shimmering, splendid, that song came in her mind, and she was like, I think God wants to surprise you with how good he's gonna treat you this week. And thank goodness I have friends who have faith. I didn't have that same faith, but I was like, yeah, sure. One thing I had hoped for was a place to stay near Lincoln Center, because that's where I was gonna be working. But I actually threw that aside at this point. I was like, anywhere in New York City is fine. So post on Facebook, go back to sleep, wake up to a text an hour later, roughly, from my friend Kaylin, who is beautiful, and if you met her, you would love her. And she said, I have this friend, her name is Darcy. She lives in the city, and she said she can house you. Text her. Text Darcy. She's really sweet. I don't know anything about her other than Kaylin loves her. And she says, yep, you can stay with me. Here's my address. So the next day I board the plane, fly, come, show up to the door, and I realize that her apartment is walking distance to Lincoln Center, a few blocks away. It is so close. And already I'm like, wow, God, you're amazing. I walk into Darcy's apartment. She is the nicest human being you'll ever meet. She has food ready for me. And then she says, I'm going to show you to your room. This is where you're going to stay. We call it the princess pad. And it's a dream. I'm not exaggerating at all. It's pink and sparkly, and there are crowns everywhere and twinkly lights. It's as if the room was made for me. And Eloise, if you know Eloise, she's exactly like that. And again, I'm just blown away. At this point, my sickness is gone. I'm feeling way better, and I'm amazed at God. And then I'm connecting with Darcy. She's incredible. She and I ended up having a lot in common, and her daughter, who's amazing, did YWAM. And so, I don't know. It was this time of seeing her generosity, and more than that, seeing God's generosity, connecting so deeply. She ends up having me help her to make Valentine's Day gifts for every single person on her apartment floor, because for holidays, that's what she does. She takes care of everyone on her floor because she wants them to know that they're seen and that God cares about them. So we made personal little gifts for every single person. There's a table in front of the elevator in her hall, and every month she decorates it with fresh flowers and an encouraging note for her neighbors. And this woman, it was just generosity, love, graciousness came from her. And the whole week we connected more and more and more. The end of the week, she says, I have a special surprise for you. I want to take you out to get a pedicure. So we're in this really nice nail salon that I could not afford. And while I'm sitting there thinking of how amazing the week was, how God blessed me with this friend and all of these amazing little details and fashion week and the stuff that happened backstage, the song that starts playing in the salon is I Can Show You the World from Aladdin. This is real. And I had not told anybody that thing that my friend sent me. And what nail salon plays Disney? So I'm totally amazed. Beyond this time now, I would go back to Fashion Week twice a year, every year, stay with Darcy. She quickly became family to us. She's Eloise and Wilson's Yaya. We're here at her house for Christmas. Some of you have asked about how much money I have, or basically said, like, you're very wealthy. What I will tell you is that right now, my family qualifies for every low income thing there is to qualify for. We arrived back from Spain earlier this year, and our financial situation was a little frightening. But we've been totally provided for, and we have generous friends in our lives. I think this year was the first year I've ever bought clothes for Eloise, and she's 4.5. And yeah, most everything we own is probably a result of God's generosity and somebody else's generosity. This year, we're kind of transitioning out of working in missions and into working like, normal jobs where you get paid for the stuff you do. And so, that you don't make that much money when you start off doing that. But that's okay. What Darcy's taught me is that you can be generous with little or with much, that people just want to be loved. And so here we are with Darcy. I just want to be like her, and I want you all to know her. And I want you guys to know that we really deeply care about you. Anybody who's watching my channel, we're so thankful for you. I hope that you feel seen. And if you don't feel seen by the people in your life, I hope that you feel seen by me, and I hope that you feel seen by God. And if you don't, I don't know, maybe you could pray. Maybe you could try. That's what I did. I didn't always grow up with any sort of faith, but I developed it in my older age, and it's been something that I've lived by. I will say that in my most depressed days, which I have videos during that time too, I didn't know where God was during that time. But I, on the other end of it, developed more faith. I think it grew me in ways that I didn't really want to be grown, but I still think he's real, and I still think he was with me, even though it wasn't the extravagant faith stories of princess rooms and Disney songs. It was a quieter faith. And you know who was there with me actually was Darcy. At one point, a doctor said, Jessica, you might be bipolar. And I told Darcy that, and she said, oh, honey, if you're bipolar, we're all bipolar. She's like, you don't need to worry about that. You worry about getting healthy, and we'll just be here along the way, and we'll figure it out later. That's love. That is what we want to be. So Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have an awesome holiday time with your family and a great new year. And we look forward to the stuff that we're going to make in 2020 with you following along. to interrupt for a second.
Oh.
This is Yaya.
Hi.
Darcy, I just told you about. What do you want to say to Yaya?
I love you so much, and you're so nice.
You're so nice. And we want to tell you that you're changing the world by the way you love people. And we want to be just like you. And we're so thankful for you. Right, Eloise? Yeah. So thanks for everything.
Well, I'm so thankful for you.
Thank you. Okay, should we say Merry Christmas and Happy
Easy
New
to
Year?
love.
Thank you. Okay, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.